Hello there, welcome back to your daily update of Apex or APXT stock. So in tonight's episode, it is a Saturday I do believe, and for that reason we're doing a more in-depth analysis. So of course it's going to be about 10 minutes long, hopefully a bit less so I can save you guys a bit of time. But basically in this one we're looking at the company, which is of course AvePoint, what's going to happen leading up to the merger based on my opinion, and all that kind of good stuff. A bit of information about the company that you might want to know as well, and all of that kind of great stuff, as well as a recap on the week. So of course, if you do want to see the future episode where we're going to give our predictions for the week next week, that is coming out tomorrow night. So of course it's going to be at a similar time tomorrow night when I'm going to be giving my AvePoint predictions on what I think will happen throughout the next week. But of course tonight it's just a chance to look at what the company does before that episode does come out, and then it is always something to reference back to. So if that does sound like a good plan for an episode, please do leave that like and subscribe. You guys, if you are new around here, we do make this every single day for quite a while now. So of course if you could just subscribe and also leave a like, it would be appreciated, as I do see a lot of you guys do enjoy the videos. Let's just jump straight into this one by having a quick recap, like I said, on AvePoint stock over the past week. So we do have a quick look on the 1 day period. Obviously this was a finishing day on the Friday. We were slightly negative. Now we did cover this in the last video. If we do have a quick look, it's a very small decrease. It's about a minus 0.14% decrease, so it's barely even notable. However, it is a decrease nonetheless. Obviously when we are looking at the 5 day, things are starting to look a bit more positive for the stock. We are in the red, but only just slightly. If we do make a comparison on percentage, we can see we're down about 0.14% on the whole week. So of course a similar decrease, and of course if we do have a look towards the later part of the week, it almost did break past that point. In fact, there were points in the week where the stock was in a positive trading point, and this was around the Thursday, where we can see the stock price broke up to about $14 or $15. So yeah, 14.51 almost was the high. So of course from that point we were positive, and I think this does put us in a good position for next week, as we did actually go up on that Friday, and I think this gives us some potential room or movement for future days, specifically into next week. So I would definitely like to see this break past the price point that we are seeing in the current week. That's my personal opinions, but of course a full thorough analysis is coming in tomorrow's episode. Right, so on the 1 month chart, we do know the story of this one. Merger was announced, initial hype. Merger wasn't, not coming out anytime soon, so people did kind of sell off, and I think it's definitely going to be a few weeks until we see the proper hype, as the current merger is scheduled to happen on Q1 of 2021. So of course that could be any time from, I believe, like January to February, March, or maybe even April, depending on what does happen. But generally, let's just say January to March is that amount of time which the merger could happen on. And due to the fact that we don't have an official date, it's hard to say when people are going to be buying in. But of course, once that date does get announced, my personal view is that we will see some more growth happen on this company's stock, and I think that's going to be a great thing to see. So of course, yeah, when we do look at this on the 1 month chart, we are looking at some big growth, but I don't think we're anywhere near where we need to be. And if we are looking at this stock, I do see it as a buy and hold in my opinion, due to the fact that not a lot of people have invested in the company yet. So yeah, what we're going to do now is have a quick look at some information about the company. So we're going to start off by what AvePoint does. So basically, AvePoint is like a cloud company. That's the best way to sum it up, basically. And if we do have a quick look, we can see that what they do is they specialize in migrating data, managing data, and also protecting data. Now, of course, data protection on its own is a huge industry, but of course, having all three of these things in one business does make for some quite useful, customer service. And of course, it's just very cool to have all of these things. So main focuses for this company are on Microsoft 365. If you guys don't really know what Microsoft 365 is, I don't really need to explain it to you, other than the fact that it's a very, well used kind of office tool, in the sense that a lot of offices do use it. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, being as Microsoft is a huge name out there. It's a big brand, but you guys already know that. So of course, how many people do use Microsoft 365? It is speculated that monthly, and this was in Q1 of 2020, 200 million people were using this service. Now, of course, a lot of these will be independent, but I think a lot more of these will be through companies and whatnot, and I think that does present some potential advantages for a company like AvePoint to come in and snatch a lot more of this market share. Because, of course, where they are right now, yes, I don't think they have got basically as much as they do deserve. And I think in the next few years, if they do some clever advertising, or, continue to provide services at high quality, they could definitely expand into a larger amount of the market. So of course, looking at some of the things that the company does. Now, this website is called owlet.com, and they are apparently providing some information on AvePoint. So of course, it's very cool that they have done this. And here we we have some estimations. So estimations of revenue for this year are speculated to be 148 million. Employees are speculated to be at 1,500, and that is not too bad at all. So of course, if we do have a quick look at some competitors or alternatives, we can see some down here, and we can see the amount of competitors, employees they do have. So of course, a lot of these do not have as many employees, but some of them also do. But of course, it's just hard to say because, when we are looking at some of the other competition, it just goes to show how basically this company can have, a huge growth in the future. Because when we are looking at some of these other companies and what they are valued at, we can see that AvePoint is kind of undervalued, if you do understand what I mean by that. So for that reason, I can see this one going up in the future. So of course, you guys already know that I am bullish on this stock. I am a fan of it, and of course, I am not a financial advisor, but my personal opinions are, if I was going to buy this one, I would expect some growth in the next few months, especially leading up to the merger and even after the merger. So yeah, just to summarise, not a bad stock at all. I would definitely keep it on the radar. I can see it as being a potential buy if you are willing to hold. Obviously, yes, there is not too much hype in it yet, and if that merger date does not go through for whatever reason, of course, the whole thing is kind of over. But if that merger does go through as anticipated, I definitely think we are looking at some big growth on this stock in the future. So of course, just a quick update providing my opinions. Of course, the full analysis for tomorrow is coming out later tomorrow, so I hope that you are going to enjoy that video. If you do, please do leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss it in the first place, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye until then.